crotch finishes. I'm looking to, you guys can probably take a seat on this. You guys know this stuff, I think you know this stuff, but let's just go through it again. Look, there's a lot of finishes on high crotches. This is a series within a potential direction the guy could go, you know, defensively. So when Noah shoots a high crotch at me, there's lots of things I can do. I can get good at jamming to roll the head in, which changes the direction of what we do, okay? I can just get good at jamming and sprawling, which is kind of where this falls into, because what he's looking to do, obviously, is always turn the corner. When we get perpendicular, when he steps up with that foot, he's looking to turn the corner, see, that's the direction he wants to go. So what I'm looking to do is dodge a bullet. Like Neo, or just like the Man of Steel, bounce it off me. So if I'm Neo, I move out of the way, okay, Matrix. Okay, but if I can't, okay, I jam the hand so it can't come across. If you can't come across, that's where we're gonna crack down. And this feeds into like it's kind of a weird dichotomy. Like you can like perpetually just continue to finish this thing. If I go to turn the corner and I'm faking this way, I got a great setup for a pipe, right? You guys know the pipe? I go here, he blocks, okay? Boom, pipe. You're down. And you can kind of go back and forth with this. But this is a different finish because I'm not just gonna pipe it. It's a crackdown. Crackdown to happy place. And so there's five different positions on this, okay? The cradle, post in the throat, the John Smith stack, make him sit like a model. I don't know how to push jam in the end. And then the other one's just kind of like a hippity hoppity hop hop. I don't know how to do it. When they lock in the crotch, and learn to pop your head out. Okay. So those are the 5 ones. Okay. So again, high crotch, can't turn the corner, arms blocked. What do? No big deal. I crack down. When I crack down, you gotta make sure you're not. See that? I'm not pulling. I'm not swinging the axe. I'm snaking here, and I'm cracking my hips here, and I'm looking to sink with it. So that's the hardest part. This is the hardest part. So when you drill this today, try this just a couple times, slowly, okay? Again, you gotta have the right pressure with the guy defensively. You have to, otherwise it's not gonna feel right. So I gotta snake my hand down. I'm snaking my hand down as I crack my hips here, because I'm trying to change off, can't change off, because that block's there. They might be sinking their hips, and I gotta beat that hip before it gets too far away. If the hip starts sinking out, well then I'm looking to do post walk out the back door, windshield wipe drape, some of those other finishes. But while I got the hip here, I'm gonna own it. When I mean got the hip, I mean it's with me here. If it starts to separate, that's when we start to get in other dimension of shots. Because I can't crack down if I'm extended here, okay? So I gotta have with me, hips in. Can't change off, I snake, turn, crack, down, here. When I land, this is shoulder deep. This is not shoulder deep, I'll show you shoulder deep. Shoulder deep is not here. You gotta make sure you feel, there. Because if I am not, the person owns my hips to lift me up on my head all day long. So when I do this, now all that weight's going through them, and I'm like, we're good. I can take a quick nap. Okay, but you gotta get shoulder deep, and my foot is typically always on that little divot, side foot right there. Okay, boom, right there, okay? Or right around there, all right? Now, I don't take a break here, but let's run through the 5, okay? So we have 5 from the happy place. That is the happy place. Because things that they can do are only dependent on if I'm not in that position. If I'm tight there, they can continually trying to get their hips around. So like if I'm here, Noah can try to continually try to scoot as much as you can, but if I own the hip, I'm good for a little bit, okay? I'm not saying stall. I'm saying this is a good position to get to cement yourself, to look to get more finish, to get to the next finish. And so the next finish would be one of these 5 things. First off, if the guy, let's just start with worst wrestler first, and then we'll progress to the best, okay? Is that cool?
Yeah.
So worst wrestler ever, he's looking down at me like, hey, what are you doing, dude? Hanging his head. I'm like, you want to see? Check it out. Boom, cradle. I snatch cradle. When I go for this, I don't reach here, okay? I mean, God forbid you get armbarred in wrestling, because that would happen all day. But like, I'm just going to get the cradle. I snatch my hips with it. I come up here, explode, pop my head, cradle time. You guys know this, right? It's easy peasy. Okay? The biggest thing I can say, though, is you got to make sure you get good. Even when you have something so mundane like this, how do you make sure you're not just going through the motions? I make sure I explode on my toes, my hips, so I can snatch it like a cat, okay? Like a bobcat, wildcat, okay? Here, boom, up, step. I don't waste any momentum. I explode up and use this foot to transition over here. Boom, pop, lock. Probably gonna get backs, might go to just a right move half, because the cradle sucks here. It's not like solid, you know what I mean? But it's a good way to get backs. Okay, so Next one, he's a little bit less of a suckier wrestler. He's a little better, okay? He's a regional qualifier. I'm just joking. Okay, so his hands are back. His hands are back. Don't take that personally, anybody. I'm moving up the ladder, and I think I'll be a state qualifier. So I post in the throat here, okay? When I do this, do not poke the jugular. That's illegal. It would hurt though, okay? What I do is I just hand on the sternum, hand on the chest right there. I'm looking to separate completely in pivot and hip heist as I elevate this bottom foot. Watch. I go here, okay? It's just a second. I just landed. His hands are back. He just let like this. He goes, boom. Like just that moment. As soon as he's there, all I'm gonna do is here, come up. Okay? As long as I keep this knee in this range, when I step through, I'm good. Just looking to get the back. We're looking to get a takedown. We're not gonna get backs here. Okay? Backs on this would be against a guy that's horrible. So I'm not even gonna equate that as a possibility right now. Okay? You should tech those people. We shouldn't be worried about those people. Get the takedown. Okay, so again, when you get here, and I hip heist out, I'm posting, leg comes up, step through, there, bam. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, locking the crotch, we'll do it from the high crotch position. Here, boom, here, go to crack down, see, got the crotch lock? This is tough. You gotta beat that, because when I land, they're gonna try to get my hip up first. So as soon as I crack down, here, I gotta jam, his shoulder deep, check it out. Ready? All I do is I step, and this lock is going to slide from here to my knee. Watch what happens. I use this toe to go with the momentum he's pulling me. Wants to get me on my head. He's a good wrestler, he should. That's what they should do. But that's what I want. So it's kind of like double-edged sword, okay? Except my edge is sharper. So I use this toe to roll through. The lock slides, down, pop. You got both knees going to land. I slide up, and I catch usually the cross face. And I separate my leg and hip heist and sprawl at the same time to break that lock. Okay, so one more time. Here, boom, boom, boom. Oh no! I almost bait. Sometimes rewind. Sometimes I bait him. I'm like, hey, don't lock in the crotch. Don't, no. Here I go. You see what I'm saying? Good stuff, okay? Next one, left around the waist. Trying to stack here, boom, around the waist. This one I can still own the hip all day. This is good, I like this. Here, boom, here, down, watch. When I go to do this, a lot of people get tangled up. Get spaghetti arms. It's like, spaghetti. No, left hand cups on the elbow here. This hand, the most important thing, bottom hand, you gotta own below the knee, somewhere in here. I gotta be on my head, and I'm looking to clasp my elbows together here. Now, if I stay here, the guy's gonna start hipping out and lose it, okay? And I don't want that. So, you gotta keep the bottom leg with me at all times when I walk and rotate. Watch, step. The second this starts to get away from me, that's what happens. How many of you guys have done that before? I think most of you guys, okay? The reason is because you're just not staying disciplined and contained, and you got to keep everything tight here. I like to crowd in and put them back here. Now I step and rotate, and I bring the foot with me, and I just check to see if it's flexible. I say, "Hey, are you flexible?" Okay. You get the backs, throw the foot, take the wrist to the belly. Here. Okay. One more time. Boom. Here. Locked. Might block my elbow first even, you know? Okay, then he goes to the waist. Now, boom! Shoulder deep, thank you. Pulse in the elbow. Rock towards, step around. Boom. Oh, man. Last one is the best wrestler, okay? They don't give you anything, and they just stay tight, okay? And that's a good wrestler. Knows how to balance on nothing, okay? So as I'm shooting in here, okay, and I go to crack down, block me still, crack down, we're here, they have nothing. They're not giving me anything. I have no, like, oh, what do I do? I don't want to just have a stalemate, no. Pay attention to the hips. Pay attention to what I have to do, a crowd. So watch what I do to crowd. I go to tripod, put this knee on this hip, but I have to tripod first. Actually, I do it as a tripod, watch. I go to tripod when I step, and I push, watch what happens to him. Here, and I cry. I'm not thinking about takedown anymore. I'm thinking about backs. Try to stay tight as best you can. Okay, watch. Ready? Go. Watch how I jam this right hip in with this leg. The more I can get this underneath that knee, that's awesome. Because now watch what I do. I just step over. Bam. See that? So the person goes like this from a really tough wrestler to a model. That's what happens. I mean, I literally walk the hip over. Okay, so here. Okay, get it. Turn up. Jam, crowd. Walk. Done. Happy place. All 5. Okay? Questions? Rock and roll, Jeff Reagan. 1, 2, 3.